Welcome to this episode of Heal Your Past, Master Your Future. My name's Tracy Malone, and thank you so much for joining me today. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to know if it's fear or intuition, decoding your body's signals in relationships. First of all, you're not broken for feeling confused. Feeling confused does not mean there's anything wrong with you. You're not weak because you hesitate. If you've ever stood on the edge of a decision and really felt your heart race and your body tighten and your mind spin with questions like, is this real danger or am I just scared? Then this conversation's for you. After surviving trauma, especially relational trauma, do not underestimate those first 7 years of life and the impact that they've had on your ability to relate to the world in front of you today. Relational trauma. It taught you how you do relationships completely. That's what attachment theory is completely evolving from. It's not evolving from what your first adult relationship was or your teenage relationships. It goes all the way back to how you were loved in those first 7 years by your parents. So relational trauma, this line between fear and intuition, can feel really blurry and even impossible to find. Making decisions can be really hard for you. So today I'm going to walk beside you and we're going to gently untangle those signals so you can begin to trust yourself again, not by force, but by deep listening. In my last episode on this podcast went a lot into how to build safety and trust in your body again. So you might want to listen to that. If you feel like you're doing all right and you just want to learn about decisions, then this is the one for you. So why is it so hard to tell fear from intuition? It's a really good question because both fear and intuition live in the body. We only have one body and they both live there, but they arise from very different places. So fear is the body's protective reflex, and it's rooted in past hurt, wired to keep you safe. So we've got a lot of things going on here. We've got the inner child who's built over time. Relational wounds means when you were a child, people showed you that your own choices and your own thoughts were not needed, were not worthy. Maybe they told you what you were wrong consistently. There's a past wound there somewhere that is keeping you rooted in the fear response, almost like a reflex, a protective reflex. Remember, all parts of you, all parts of us are trying to keep us safe. They're not trying to hurt us. They have dysfunctional and immature ways of doing it because they are our inner child. So a 3-year-old is not going to have a 50-year-old's way of doing things. So it's a protective response, okay? And it's rooted in the past and we're wired to keep you safe. And so the fear response in the body, you look at the 3 rungs of the polyvagal theory system, and the top is ventral vagal where safety lives. The middle rung is sympathetic, and that is where we fear with mobilization. And dorsal vagal is fear with immobilization. So fear in our body has 2 platforms. Intuition is the body's deep wisdom. It's rooted in present awareness and it offers gentle guidance. And the more you start listening to your intuition, you'll be able to hear the different voices in there. The thing that is really important to understand is that trauma reshapes your nervous system. Instead of sitting up in ventral vagal safety, you can often trauma looping, and if you have a lot of fear, not being able to make decisions easily, then you're cycling between the 2 platforms of fear. You're going from fear with mobilization to fear with immobilization. And fear with mobilization is fight and flight. You're trying to make a decision. You fight. Do I fight? Do I flee? Do I what? Should I do this? It doesn't feel quite right. inability to make that decision and doing nothing, or fear of making the wrong choice, so you do nothing, collapses you down into collapse. Dorsal vagal, fear, fawn, dissociate. And trauma reshapes the nervous system. It sharpens vigilance but blurs clarity. So it tips the scales. After trauma, even kindness can feel dangerous. And it's so important to understand that go to that last episode of my podcast where I go in depth about why your body can feel threatened by a safe person. Some signs that you are actually feeling fear. What does fear feel like in the body? And sometimes it can be urgent need to act and can be that fight or flight response. You can automatically want to get your back up, tell that person they're wrong, block it, what it is that they're saying. You might lean out a little bit. You might feel the need to get the heck out of there. You just think what they're saying is ridiculous. You're having a big response to something that somebody's saying or something that's just happened. You have an urgent need to act. That's fear. That's a flight response. Urgent need to act. Fear wants to mobilize. Racing thoughts and catastrophic what ifs. What if they hurt me? What if this goes wrong? What if this is just like the last time? What if, what if, what if? That's fear. Because your intuition doesn't speak in that way. Tightness and tension in your body, that's not intuition. Heat and clenching your jaw, that's not your intuition. Some signs. So if that's what signs are for feeling fear, well, what are the signs that you're sensing your intuition? Great question. There's a calm, steady knowing. Even if action is needed, you're doing it from a calm place. You can see what's going on around you and you're able to mobilize from a place of it's time to go now, not holy smokes, Batman, 20 what ifs going through your head and I have to get out of here. And there's an urgency to that need to act. It's a calm and steady knowing when it's your intuition. There's a grounded feeling in your gut or your chest. You're like, oh, I feel it in my gut. When people ask why, well, I feel it in my gut. That is enough. That is a complete sentence and an absolutely beautiful answer. A simple message without urgency or panic. There's a calmness to the message. That's a really beautiful way to understand that it is actually your intuition speaking to you. And your body is always speaking to you. Your body is always speaking. The key is learning which voice you're hearing. So that's one thing. It's like, well, I am listening to my body. It's either my inner child and my nervous system speaking in fear, or it's my intuition. So it's like, I am listening. My body is speaking. So let's celebrate that the fact that you're able to listen to your body, you're just not sure which part of it is speaking. A great way to decode your body signals and learn about this and how to do this, if you can find the pause before reacting. Because fear shouts, do something now, get out of here. Intuition invites a pause. It's take a deep breath. It's time for us to go. And you get this deep feeling in your body. And there's a difference between the two of them. Fear shouts, do something now. It's a child. Get out of here. This is not safe. This feels just like it did when I was a kid. This is not okay. Intuition invites a pause. It invites a deep knowing. So maybe to start this, you might give yourself permission to simply not decide immediately. You might give yourself permission to say, I'm not sure. I'll get back to you on that. There is so much power in doing that for yourself. So we're pausing first. We're not rushing to make a decision. And then do a body scan. This is step number 2. So step 1, Pause before reacting. If you want some steps. Step 2, do a body scan. Close your eyes or get yourself out in nature and ask, what am I feeling right now? Fear feels tight, hot, urgent. Intuition in your body feels neutral. There's no agenda there. It's clear and it's very grounded. And so scanning your body and letting your body make that choice and show you. Step 3, question the story. The thing that you need to understand is fear and the inner child loves drama, because drama is what you were raised on. If you had that kind of chaotic childhood, fear believes I'll be abandoned, I'll be hurt, I'll fail, it'll all go wrong. Whereas intuition is quite factual and it's quiet, and it will say, this doesn't feel right. I don't know why, it doesn't feel right. Fear has the drama. So feel the two of them. I'll see if I can pull it through in my voice. You have a decision to make and it's like, I'll be abandoned, I'll be hurt, it'll fail. It's all going to go wrong. This isn't the right thing to do, and this shouldn't be, we shouldn't be doing this. This isn't what we should be doing. This is wrong. Intuition is just a really simple in your body. This doesn't feel right. See how there's no explanation, there's no going round and round. It's a deep feeling of this doesn't feel right. Complete sentence. So ask yourself this question. Question the story. Ask yourself, am I imagining catastrophe or sensing a quiet truth, a deep truth? Step 4, listen to the first feeling. This is a big one with intuition. Intuition often arrives in the very first moment, before the inner child steps forward from the passenger of the bus and starts trying to drive the bus and spinning. So intuition will be there first in that very first moment. Practice catching that whisper before fear takes over. Step 5, build trust with yourself over time. It's normal to get it wrong sometimes. Sometimes it's okay to get it wrong sometimes. Everyone gets it wrong sometimes, period. Every time you listen and reflect, you strengthen that bridge back to your own knowing and intuition. And so if you listen to the inner child and fear, that's okay. So what? That's what happened. Let's just live with the reality of what just happened. How can you be kind to yourself in that moment? And how can you go through the steps again for next time? Let's look at some practical exercises to strengthen your intuitive listening outside of what we just talked about. So this is starting small. We want to start low stakes practice. When you're rebuilding trust within your nervous system, it is small daily decisions, small steps. Do it with things like what to eat, where to walk. Say you're choosing some food, what it is that you're going to eat right now. You're feeling a little bit hungry. So the first thing is, am I actually hungry, or am I looking to push down an emotion? But we'll go with you're actually feeling hungry. And so you can pause and ask your body, which feels lighter, which feels heavier? It's like, I would really like to go and get some fried food, or I would really like to get something warming for my gut instead. What is it? Which feels lighter? Look at each of them. And if you want to take this a little bit further and do it in a little bit more of a somatic way, you could actually write each food on a piece of paper and put them, a meter apart and stand on one of them and see how your gut feels when you stand on one of them. And then step off that one and step onto the other one and see how your gut feels in the other one. There are times where having something fried might actually be nourishing for you. I don't know. Ask your body. A really lovely somatic anchoring technique is to place your hand over your heart or your gut while you're deciding as well. If you're like, I'm not standing on pieces of paper, just put your hand over your actual gut and connect with it. Which feels lighter? How does it feel if I'm going to go get that? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? You know, it's been proven time and again that we have an intelligence in our gut. And so it is not crazy for you to connect with that and actually open a dialogue and have a conversation with it. I'd say it's crazy for you not to. Honestly, with everything I know about the body and how it works, it is crazy for you not to. And this is how, when I make decisions, people are like, how do you make decisions? I'm like, it's obvious for me, but I've spent a long time building a relationship with my body. So if my body does get sick, I ask it what it needs, and it tells me the practitioner, the supplement, the whatever it is, the homeopathic remedy, it will tell me homeopathics. And so I will go deeper into homeopathics and see which remedy I need. It will tell me, it will show me a practitioner and it will be like, we need to go and have acupuncture. I'm like, done. If that's what you need, that's what you get. And what's really interesting is when I build a relationship with my body, it's not the same every time. It's not like every time I get sick, I only go and I see the cranial osteopath or I only see that person and that's it. I have 4 or 5 people and homeopathics and supplements. And I sit with my body and I say, what do you need? And sometimes it's like water and soup. It's like, done. I remember when I had the big C the first time, that spicy flu that went through, my body wanted oranges and mandarins, and that's all I ate for 4 days. Obviously, I needed, and I was taking supplements and I was doing all the other vitamin C things, but it's like every time I was like, oh my God, I need to eat something, it was like oranges, oranges, oranges. That's it. Not interested in anything else. And I've built that over time with my body. I've built the relationship. So you can absolutely build a relationship with your body. If I get injured, I do the same thing. What do you need? And you can build this yourself too. It takes time. Everything takes time. We're building relationships. Relationships take time, whether it's with yourself, your body, your intuition, your inner child. It all takes time. So, a journaling prompt or a take it for a walk prompt or take it for a drive prompt or whatever it is you would like to do with this prompt. When have I confused fear for intuition before? Is the question to ask yourself. First, that's the first question. The second question is, when did I trust myself and what happened? And this is a really important one and beautiful one. What does no feel like in my body? And what does yes feel like in my body? So they are journal prompts. You can pop them in the top of your journal and write about them. You can think this and take it for a walk, take it for a drive. You can ponder on it for a week and just open the question to yourself over a week and start noticing what happens. What you do with these is up to you. Learning to hear your intuition again after trauma isn't about silencing fear. It's not about silencing fear. You're not trying to override your fear. It's about learning how to listen deeper beneath your fear. And once you realize it is what is fear and what is intuition, you can actually open a dialogue with your fear and you can help soothe it and build a relationship of safety in your body by following your intuition. So you can actually, by doing these steps and by building this relationship with your intuition, you can actually help support safety in your body because your inner child and your nervous system will start to build trust that you're able to listen to intuition and you're a safe person to be around, which means the fear won't be as strong. Please know that your body isn't against you. It's been protecting you. Every part of you is trying to keep you safe, no matter how dysfunctional or immature it looks. And it has been protecting you in this way for so long. It does not know how to do it any other way yet until you teach it. And now it's ready to learn a new language, one that trusts, one that steadies, one that belongs to the adult you who is healing right now. So start small. Find your pause. Breathe and feel. And remember, fear yells to protect you. Intuition whispers to guide you. You are your own safe place now. And the more you listen with compassion, the clearer your path will become. Thank you for being here with me today. You're already doing this really brave work of coming home to yourself.